Hi, welcome to AFTV. I got Frank with me. We've just lost 2-0 to West Ham at Emirates. Frank, you love stats. That's our home record done. Not unbeaten now in the league. At home to West Ham. Mavropanos.
Listen, it's not the only record. I'm going to go straight into that. Obviously, it's the first time we've lost at the Emirates since May this year.
Yep.
First time we've lost to West Ham at home since the start of the 2015-16 season. First time David Moyes has ever picked up points away against Arsenal.
Oh my days.
You know, it doesn't end. And obviously, Laurie got on the stat that I mentioned earlier. The shot wasn't touches inside the opponent's area. Half. The stat was 77 touches inside the opposition box.
That is outrageous.
And don't get me wrong, I think about 70 of those are Martin Odegaard flicking it back constantly. But regardless, 77 touches in the opposition box, 30 shots. We've not scored a single goal today. It's not good enough at all.
Did you? Ouch. Those stats actually, they pay me a lot. No, I hear it. But do you give credit to West Ham or do you say, Arsenal, what are you doing?
No, I have to give credit to West Ham, and that pains me because, like I've said multiple times off camera, my whole mum's side of the family is West Ham. My phone is on Do Not Disturb for the next 2 days because it's not going to stop for the next 2 days. But I have to give credit where credit's due. West Ham defended well. And ultimately, they made the most of the minimal amount of chances that they had. They had 3 or 4 shots on target all game. Yeah. And, you know, there was a point in the game where they only had 2 shots on target and they scored from both of them. Take your chances.
Yeah, and the third one would have been the penalty.
Exactly. There you go. And that's the only positive that I can take from today's game. Raya looked okay.
I was going to talk to you about the first goal. Some people saying, could Raya do better?
No. Do you know what? With the Raya one, I don't think that was really anyone apart from Laurie, to be honest. But I've been critical of Raya in the past, but I don't think there's much. If anything, out of the 3 of them, I think you're looking at 3 players mainly. You're looking at Raya, you're looking at Gabriel, you're looking at Zinchenko. Yeah. Out of the 3, I think it's Gabriel that makes the most of the mistakes. And I also think he's obviously partly responsible for the second goal as well, because he's the one that gets beaten by Mavropanos. So I think he should be doing better there initially as well. But if you look at the error that leads to goal, Gabriel boots it at Zinchenko. I know there's a case for, Zinchenko shouldn't be up his arse like that, obviously, but communicate with your teammates. Ultimately, that comes down to a lack of communication. And, when mistakes are made, they get punished. And obviously they go 1-0 up from that. It's really disappointing.
Yeah, and that's what I think was a sucker punch for Arsenal. We couldn't really find our rhythm after that. Where are you at right now? Is it? I don't expect you to go too far. Yeah. This is over. The season's done. No. I know you're not one of those fans, but is there alarm bells ringing for certain things you saw today?
Yeah, no, there's definitely alarm bells ringing for certain things I saw. I think you can only blame Arteta so much today. Obviously, I feel like he's gone with the strongest team that we had available. Agreed. Obviously, I think it's absolutely insane that I have to say this, but we really did miss Kai Havertz today, I felt like. Trossard, for me, hasn't really been working in that position this season. And it's unfortunate because I think overall, you look at the kind of player he is and it should work. It just hasn't been working there today. I feel like Kai Havertz really would have benefited us today. But, I hate to keep jumping back to the negatives, but I've got to give criticism where criticism I believe is deserved. The attacking 4. Yeah. What's happened?
4. Name them.
Right. So I'll name them. So you've got Gabriel Martinelli, you've got Bukayo Saka, you've got Gabriel Jesus, and I'm putting Odegaard in there as well as the attacking midfielder. What's happened to the 4 of them? It pains me to do this, but Bukayo Saka's been awful for the last few games. I think someone said bring him off at half or in the second half or something like that. Yeah. And part of me, I defended it because obviously there's been situations. You look at the Chelsea game where he's done nothing all game, and out of nowhere a goal or an assist, and ironically enough, nearly got an assist directly after that as well. But this is not the same Bukayo Saka that we've seen over the last few seasons. Agreed. When you're playing like that, you don't need to worry about, dyeing your hair and stuff like that. You need to focus on, contributing to goals. And we're not seeing enough of that from him. Obviously, only over the last few games, but he's meant to be our star player. Start acting like it, because I haven't seen that from him in the last few games. Gabriel Martinelli, our top goal scorer last season.
Yeah.
I mean...
It is painful. I think the attack is. I don't know what it's even down to.
It's down to, ultimately, they're attackers. They're meant to be scoring goals. They're not finishing. And this really, for me, certifies the importance of strengthening in the attack in January. I know we potentially financial fair play issues and stuff like that, but there are definitely options, Yeah. I'm sure we can throw Eddie Nketiah somewhere in there as part of a transfer deal. I know there'll be a few people that are not happy about me for saying that, but... I don't think he's good enough for us.
Do you think the attackers are struggling due to having to do many other things on the pitch?
No.
Press, the track back, work for the build-up play, Or is it just they need to just focus on scoring goals?
No, well, listen, you know, I don't want to say it's because of that, because ultimately, at the end of the day, you're a professional footballer. What you do is you should be able to be more than equipped enough to do the job that's being asked of you. It's not like they're being asked to do anything insane, as per se. You know, they're asking to be, you know, track back a little bit, get more involved in the play, and score goals. And none of them are doing it at the moment. And it's just not good enough. And obviously, I don't want my negativity now to, you know, overwrite the fact that I still feel confident that we're going to be in the challenge for the rest of the season. I feel like I've got a right to be annoyed after a performance like that, but that doesn't shape how I feel about, you know, the second half of the season. I still think we'll be in that title challenge. In no way, shape or form am I saying we're going to win it, but you know, it's a disappointing result today. All that matters is we bounce back against Fulham. And I think we're still continuing to be in that title race.
100%. And if you feel like he doesn't have the right to be disappointed today, go back to the start of this fan cam where he breaks down the stats. It's a disappointing loss today.